Okay, this is part 3 of my Velocidrone track editor guide. In this video I will be covering how to place and use gates and barriers to further progress in this Spring GQ track I'm working on. So the flags I typically like to use are the multi-GP ones. In the gates folder of the asset library, they're just down here. Immediately, you will notice that they are a little bit large compared to the gates we're using them with. For this reason, I will use the scale keybind R in combination with P to lower the scaling widget to its base, and that way we can uniformly scale it to about 80% of its original size, which I think is a lot more suitable. The first flag we need to place is over here. So we will Shift Z to set that as our origin and zero out the flag so it's right on top. Rotate it to the right direction, and that's one flag done. We will clone it to maintain the scaling we've decided upon. The next flag is right next to this gate. We'll Shift Z to change our origin location and then just slide it out where we want it, which I'd say is about there. Okay, that's 2 of the 4 gates placed down. The next 2 are over here on these cones. So we will once again Shift Z, zero out the location, and for this first one I'm just going to give it a small bit of rotation. And then we clone once again, Shift Z on the new cone, and zero out the location, just like that. This one I'm going to rotate more to be that sort of angle. Okay, now that's all the flags done, let's talk about barriers. The most notable barrier on this track is the hurdle. So we'll head down to the barriers folder, and the hurdle is just down here. It's got a front and a back. The back is this whited outside, and then the front is this much deeper blue. We will once again Shift Z on the cone to zero out our banner location, just like that. We'll slide it across to halfway between the gate and the flag, just like so, and I'd say that's pretty accurately placed now. Now, something to keep in mind. This flag's respawn point is now right in the middle of the barrier. What can we do? I like to just slightly rotate the flag such that the respawn point is outside of the hurdle. Just like so. I tend to put the respawn points after any obstacles they're colliding with, so when you go through them, you're not pointing straight at a wall or something. Awesome. Now the hurdle's done. The second barrier we need to worry about is the little flag banner part that goes on top of the second gate. There are various ways to do this. In the past, I've used just the regular hurdles and scaled them really skinny. That can look a little weird at times, but you're welcome to do it if that's what you like. My most recent method is just using these gem fan banners. I will Shift Z on the cone so I can accurately place it to begin with. Then I will rotate it. Careful when rotating to make sure just the one line in the direction you want to rotate is actually highlighted. Okay, now we've spun it that way. I will make it vertical, and then using this little blue plane section, I'll slide it up. Additionally, we just want to make it smaller, and I want this to be roughly the width of the gate banners, so I need to go a tiny bit smaller. Oop, careful I don't start doing the wrong axis of scaling. I'd say that looks pretty decent at the moment. I'll nudge it across just a little bit, like so, and then I'll move it up to about there. Okay, now that we've placed all of our flags and banners, let's just polish this track up so it's ready to fly. Obviously, this flag here comes after the bottom of the ladder down, so gate 6. Then we change the flag to gate 7. This becomes gate 8. This flag will become gate 9. 10, 11. Now you'd want a 12th, maybe 13th gate spiraling up this banner, but we'll address that later on. So, gate 11, gate 12, gate 13, gate 14. Now the gates are in place. Let's move our starting block from its original location over to the current spot of the track. We'll rotate it. We'll make sure it's in line with the start-finish gate, like so, and then I'll just slide it back a touch. Like that should do the trick. Okay, I think we'll call it there for this video. In this lesson we placed accurately all of the flags, banners, barriers, the starting block was moved to its correct location, and we polished up all the gate orders. So I think that's a good place to stop, and I'll see you guys in the next one.